Hi friends, Jeffrey here. I'm filling in for Father Norm. He asked me to do a video this week because, as at least some of you know, I'll be returning to seminary here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks, there's a lot of emotions that come with that. There's the joy of being able to be reunited with my classmates, but there's also sort of that pit in my stomach, like, oh, I'm leaving a place that I love. And as I've journeyed throughout, especially August, some people have asked, well, what have been some of your favorite stories of your time at St. Vincent? So I'm going to sort of categorize them into different categories. The first story I want to tell is in the funny category. Now, as you know, Father Norm is a pretty funny guy. Well, he's not really funny when he's sleeping. What do I mean by that? As you know, we have a mass at 6:28 in the morning. And one of the mornings, it was about, 6:27, getting on 6:28. Father Norm still wasn't there. And so one of the sacristans came up and was like, is Father Norm coming? I was like, let me go check. And I went up, knocked on his door, and I heard, oh no. Turns out he set his alarm for 5:45 p.m. and not a.m. So I promise you I've done that a couple times too. We're all human. But how wonderful it is to see the glorious humanity and joy of a priest, even when we make mistakes. That's funny. In sort of the category I call cultural, it's been absolutely incredible to live here in Akron, Ohio. Now, I've grown up in a suburb for most of my life. I actually was born in California and grew up in Houston, Texas. I moved here to Cleveland in third grade, but I've lived in a suburb my entire life. I've never had the opportunity to live in really an urban area and all that entails. And so I've had these experiences of these festivals, the Irish festival, the Italian festival, Rib Fest. We've gone to E.J. Thomas to go see Soweto Choir from South Africa. We've worked together with other churches and organizations in the area to fight for justice, because that is a universal ideal that we all agree upon. And that's been really moving for me, to stand side by side with sisters and brothers of Akron to fight for something that is just so good and holy. And that is something that will remain with me as I go back to school and I prepare for priesthood. The third one is, I say, the various ministries of St. Vincent Parish and School. I've been involved in just about every ministry you can think of at St. Vincent. I've done sacramental preparation for First Communion and confirmation and baptism, sat in on wedding prep, sat in on funeral prep, preached, done maintenance work, done behind the scenes work, gone to finance council, gone to parish council, gone to this commission, that commission. But one of my most joyful things I did here was I taught in the school. And we did what I called a shadow station project, where we tasked the 7th graders with putting on the Stations of the Cross. And to see these kids work together to put on and enact these Stations of the Cross, was one of the most moving things, where it moved from me being a teacher to me absolutely receiving Christ present through these kids I had the opportunity to minister to. And throughout my time here, that is the best thing I've received. I pray that I have been Christ, not only to the people of St. Vincent Parish and School, but to the people of Akron. But I can guarantee you that you have been Christ to me. Yes, in the funny, yes, in the cultural, yes, in the ministry, but all around, you have been Christ's glorious presence to me, showing me the face of God in a real, authentic way. You have been Christ's love, impelling me forward. In the words of the prayers attributed to Pedro Arrupe, you are the reason I get out of bed in the morning to love. That you've helped me fall and stay in love. That's what gets me out of bed in the morning. That I might be able to encounter Christ in you. And there's a saying that Catholics have, like, I'll see you in the Eucharist. That's where I'll see you. That when we leave a place, we don't fully leave it. That the reality is Christ is present spiritually and in a real concrete way in the Eucharist. I'll see you there. Pray for me. I'm praying for you. And may God bless you and those you love.